Swirl it around. I noticed you do no ice with your breakfast bourbon.
No
You're
ice.
very manly.
No ice ever. Sometimes just a straw on the bottle, depending on the day.
I'm not masculine enough for that. Hey, welcome, America, to the Eric and Rodney Show with Robin. It is presented whatever, by Offensively Creative, Dinsmore, Steel, and Volare. Ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to believe everything this guest is involved in. It's crazy. Also, he's drinking with me, which is exciting. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Brian J. Esposito, the founder of Esposito Intellectual Enterprises. Welcome to the show, my friend.
What's up, guys?
Welcome, Brian. Welcome.
I've been looking forward to this one.
Yeah, me too.
We have
all day, and it's already 10 a.m., so I've been fired up.
It's been a lot of hours.
And you got up at 9.
I've been alive for 42 years, and I've done the show for about 6 months. I've never seen someone involved in more shit than you. This is remarkable. So much stuff. It's crazy.
81, baby. So am I.
December of 80. So right there. I know.
No, you're not there. You're not. It doesn't count.
Oh. I thought we had some kinship because we're both alcoholics, but I guess not. So the way the show works is we're going to get into the you. We're going to get into the you portion of the evening. Before we do that, though, we like to talk about the news because America demands our opinions on such things. But before we do that, I don't know if you know this, but every day in the United States, some national day, some reason to celebrate, except for today because everything sucked. Look at this lineup of shit. There's nothing ready. Here we go.
Oh, no.
It is National Canine Lymphoma Awareness Day.
Gosh.
I know. You guys want to try to squeeze some
comedy?
That's
a happy looking dog, though.
Yeah, that looks like Hefferino. Yep. But actually, this is, believe it or not, now this is what with Huskies. There's brown and black. This is known as the brown, and then there's the black. Hefe is the black. You notice how I don't know if it's a boy or girl. But you notice how their hair is kind of has that brownish tinge. And then there's the albino one, which is completely white.
Yeah,
I know a lot about Huskies.
Then doesn't kind of look like a husky anymore, does it?
Well, they just their eyes, right? When you see them, they're very piercing. So usually, believe it or not, I'm going to go further down the rabbit hole here. Is that usually the all white albinos were females?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Rodney, as a dog owner, are you aware of canine lymphoma?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So we've covered this.
Can I say one thing about dogs? Is this, and I know this for a fact. I would say animals in general, right? If you ever meet little dogs or animals and their breath smells terrible, has anyone ever experienced such a?
I got one of those.
I know I have. Here's the issue. Hefe's breath smells like a breath of fresh air. I'll tell you why.
Please do.
Because of his food. He never eats kibble. He always, now he's on a raw diet.
Yeah.
Because I feel it's the best for him. But more importantly, he always ate human grade food.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't want to listen. I don't give a shit about dogs, but what do you feed him?
Well, he eats raw food.
Nice.
Yeah, but raw what? Chicken?
Yeah, chicken, beef,
a meatloaf mix,
salmon.
It comes and it's in little balls. No, I got to be honest. You got to stay away from the fish with that stuff. No way.
No fish for dogs, huh? Oh my God, Garrett! Happy birthday, buddy!
Oh my God, it's Garrett's birthday.
Happy birthday!
Hey, happy birthday!
Yeah, I hope you do a lot of mushrooms, even though you pretend that you don't like psychedelics for some reason. Happy birthday, Garrett. Okay, listen, we gotta get to Brian, but I just want to show the other shitty national days. National Bittersweet Chocolate with Almond Days. I love
oddly specific.
Yes, I know. Like chocolate covered nuts are tremendous, but
it sounds like a niche holiday.
It's very niche. Like, who's involved in it? And there's one more. It's National Keith Day. Do you guys know any good Keiths?
I know a Keith.
I know a Keith.
Okay, I don't know any Keiths. So Rodney and Brian, you know some good Keiths.
I know some great Keiths.
How many Keiths do you know?
I know one great Keith.
I
can't even think of. How about it's Kiefer? That's not even Keith. I don't think there's any famous Keiths out there either.
Well, who has a baby and names it Keith? That's conceptually bizarre, isn't it? Like, little noble Keith. Rodney,
I've heard worse names.
I don't know any really good Keiths. I know a guy that's kind of annoying. That's one.
So you know an annoying Keith. Brian's got a pretty good Keith. Robin's Keithless. I'm Keithless. I haven't checked my Facebook friends. No Keiths.
No.
We got a Denise in Houston. I don't think it's National Denise Day though. I mean, you're welcome to join the show, but anyway, what a classically shitty lineup of national days. If anybody wants November 7th,
you really dug on this one. I got to be honest. I appreciate the effort. Like this is you really like. Usually they're pretty good. Like one day it was Taco Day on Wednesday, which was bizarre. But
we've had lineups of unbelievable days. And today's fucking Keith Day, bittersweet chocolate with almond.
I think this is right up there with hot cross
research this before I came on because this is tough.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. this is right up there with Hot Cross Buns Day.
Ooh,
We didn't even know what the hell that was. But
I think that's an Easter delicacy, if I'm not mistaken.
It might be.
It's also the greatest song that can be played on a recorder by a fourth grader. So
Yeah, Hot Cross Buns. That's right.
all right, let's get to the news because we got to talk about Brian's many holdings.
Is there news?
Many holdings. Oh, there's news.
There's
baby.
a lot.
lot of fucking good news today.
Whoop!
Okay,
Let's hear it.
let's get to it.
Yeah.
So our opening story also opens our eyes on something that's a little bit overlooked in society. So drunk driving and DUIs seem very heavily talked about, and they're criminalized in the U.S. So they account for about 10,000 deaths every year in the U.S. But what we're talking about is a bit of a gray area of what's being legal in the U.S., but still takes about 6,500 lives every year. It's drowsy driving.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on. I want to talk about drowsy drive. How did we forget Keith Richards? That guy.
We did, and Keith Urban. I like Keith Urban because here's the thing about Keith Urban. Keith Urban's a country singer, and when he sings, he sounds like a he's English, and then when he talks, he's like, "Good day, mate."
Keith Urban does?
I love Australian.
He's
though.
Australian.
I forget
Yeah,
he's Australian sometimes. Yeah.
Keith
He's
Urban
married
is
to Nicole
Australian?
Kidman too. Did you know that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. I know. Who knew? Keith Urban. I didn't know it either. And one day he was like, "Chitty out," or actually, however they say in Australia.
I think that's close enough. I don't want to
Get me
digress
to the
too hard.
outback, mate.
I do want to talk about drowsy driving while I drink in the morning.
Drowsy
Right.
driving.
Drowsy driving, not drunk driving, drowsy driving. But did you know while we drink whiskey that New Zealand every year wins the whiskey competition, the global whiskey competition? Did you know they're
not
making
know
the
that.
world?
Drinking it or making it.
I think they're doing both. If I know anything about those down under. Okay. Let's talk about drowsy drive. Hear me out. I'm gonna take a sort of a gross turn on this story. I'm going to make the case for altruistic eugenics. Hear me out. It has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with ethnicity. But this is what we need. We need self-driving vehicles. I'm going to tell you why. Not only are we driving drowsy, but we're driving drunk. We're driving distracted. We're driving while we slap our kids because they won't shut the fuck up about going to McDonald's for the 800th time. So we need something. We need something, right? Because look at this. These are the common causes of car accidents. Drunk driving, number one, preventable. Distracted driving, preventable. Reckless driving, preventable. Weather and road, I feel like the robots could handle that. Speeding, tailgate, and running red lights, all preventable. We need self-driving cars, but I'm going to tell you what's going to happen with self-driving cars. They need to be connected to the internet. What's going to happen if they're connected to the internet is that shitheads like these are going to take them over and drive us off cliffs. So what we need to do, exactly, they're going to do nefarious things and kill us all. So what we have to do is edit humans. We simply have to edit humans. We have to get rid of the homicidal maniac gene. Then we can all have self-driving cars and it'll be fine. What do you think about that?
I think we have Sam Bankman-Friedman headed up.
He's got some time on his hands, which is nice.
A lot of
That's a
time.
good solution.
Do you know what I mean? Like self-driving cars aren't great now. They're the Nintendo Entertainment System of cars. They're driving into things, killing each other. But that's not how we're going to get to the PlayStation 5. They're going to be fine. But inevitably, people like this, they're going to drive us off cliffs. You're going to start with anyone who's ever bought a Guy Fawkes mask. You're going to get rid of him. But we need to edit humans, don't you think?
Did you ever see the video of the?
Who the fox is this?
It's an intersection of, I don't know, 6, and all these self-driving cars. They didn't know what to do. They just sat there stuck for hours. It was pretty.
Yes, we definitely have to figure that
Sounds
out.
like New York City.
Yeah,
No,
pretty much.
But cars never get drunk. They never get distracted. They they shouldn't drive recklessly. They're not going to speed or tailgate. Here's the thing too. I looked up the numbers. Do you know how many car deaths there are in the United States a year?
Millions.
42,939. That's a lot. Do you know how many gun deaths there are? 42,000. That's nice symmetry there. 654. Slightly more cars than guns. I think it's a problem that could be
You
prevented.
said there's 42,000 school shootings. Is that what I heard? What's that?
Yes. Every year, 42,000 school shootings.
So you got to take the bullets and you got to take the gasoline. That's the answer.
Then we all get to live forever. We get to live horrible lives. Well, we get to drink in the morning still. They haven't taken that away from us.
No, never going to happen.
You know what I was thinking about, though, and correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't been to Disney in quite a spell, but don't the theme parks have are there like carousels and stuff? They're operated by computers or
like the monorail?
Some idiot in a
monorail.
Yeah, like exactly. Like there's somebody in a booth doing it, right?
Yeah. Do you ever see that Simpsons episode about the monorail? Mm-hmm.
What if, right? We created something where it was like a closed loop like that? Like, has anyone ever hacked Disney's monorail? Can you imagine the hackers are like, who can we take out? Bank of America? No, the Federal Reserve, Disney's monorail. You know what
Somewhat ironically, I support that. If you could kill all the Disney adults, I think that's a good start towards the utopian society that I would
The
like
ones
to
with
live
the
in.
fast passes that want to just
Yes, the
they
300-pound Midwestern Americans that go to Disney every year.
And Rodney, what's their name? Basil Hayden Weller. That's their
Basil
name.
Hayden
Basil
No,
Hayden
no.
Weller back here with me. Yeah, they're like, now I always ask them, right? And I'll say to them when I see a Disney adult, I'll say to them, "What's your favorite character?" And they're like, "Oh," and it comes up with something. Oh, how about you? And I'm like, "Fox and the Hound." And they're like,
Oh yeah.
I'm like, you don't know that one?
Oh yeah.
Get out of here!
Classic.
Yeah,
I like
Fox and the
Ariel.
Hound
She
too, not so
was
good.
banging Prince Eric, and I like the sound of that. Plus, I'd like to have sex with a mermaid for the story, right? That's a good
Just the
story.
story.
What happened to Tom Hanks when he did it?
Oh,
No, that's a good
Splash.
point. Yeah, but Daryl Hannah was hot.
I know, but she lost a finger in that, so it was
she?
not. Yeah,
No,
she's
that's true.
missing a finger. Not many people know about that.
I think she's dead too, isn't she? Is she dead?
She ties herself to
Yeah.
trees. She's very
Oh, that's what it is.
environmentally friendly. She
Oh,
may.
I
have-
want her to be dead. That's what it is. I'm sorry. I always confuse that.
And oddly enough, I had the honor of working with her father.
Of course you did.
I
You've
know,
worked with
I
everybody
know,
in the world.
I
You're the
know,
most
I
connected
know,
man.
I know.
Don't you wish we could trade off celebrities, right? Like we could bring back, like for what I miss, right? I'm serious. I like Patrick Swayze. I thought he was great.
Love?
Like a Roadhouse 2. Oh my God. Oh my God. With him
Come
in
on.
it.
Sam
Right?
Elliott.
Here's what I was thinking. We
That
could
mustache.
trade off, right? Who did you say, Eric? You're not a fan of?
Daryl Hannah.
There it is. Daryl for Patrick. Right.
Oh, that's
Oh, I like
I
where you're
think
going
that-
with this. I mean, I'm not going to support that one, but I like where you're
Well,
going with this.
I'm doing that one for Eric. I'm just,
Yeah.
for example, right? We could trade off my shithead neighbor's old dog for, say, Rodney Dangerfield.
I like that.
Oh,
Right.
I was gonna go comedians. I'd like to have Chris Farley back, and perhaps
Yeah.
Razor Ramon, the wrestler Scott Hall.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he was great. I miss
But
Razor.
who would we take out for? I'm thinking I got a couple. Kim Jong Un's.
Yep.
Trade him off, and
Putin. Can we do Putin?
First of all, this is
Vladimir
a great board game in the making here.
is.
This is a great drinking.
you heard it here first.
It's like what's that card game? Cards of
Cards
Humanity.
Against Humanity.
Like
That's
Yeah.
my
Cards Against
favorite game.
Humanity.
This is something here. So this could
People
be
you
the
want
Eric
dead
and
versus
Rodney
people you want
branded.
alive. I like that. I know a guy that has distribution networks. He's drinking with me right now.
I know a guy. I
know a guy. All right, let's move on. What else do we got? Oh, I like this one. I like
Yeah,
these
this story is
first three are
absolutely
fucking
batshit
great.
crazy.
I know.
They all
You-
are.
You kind of covered this already, Erica, and we're kind of getting into AI again. So I'm actually very much against this idea because I don't think AI can really be trusted in some cases because they don't have a conscience. So conscience is important because it's a cognitive process that you need to use emotion and rational association to judge whether you're doing something morally right or wrong. And robots are incapable of doing that. So this story is about the world's first AI human-like robot CEO. Her name is Mika. She's now the CEO of Dictador, which is a rum company.
Yes. So this rum company is running some weirdo gimmick where they put a CEO, a robot CEO in charge. Now, listen, I don't have any problems working for a robot, but I'm not going to work for a woman robot. That's a bridge too far, don't you think, fellas? Isn't that too
That's
much?
the reason.
I have a
That's
question
the-
though. Can I ask a question? It
Yep.
seems like to me they really went all out on the face.
Yeah.
Fell
they,
off the
right.
cliff on the hair and just said the hell with it on the arms. Is that where I'm going with it? Like,
Well,
like
at least from the
it's
forearm
almost like
down.
we're
The
watching.
shoulders could be killer. We don't know.
Yeah,
We don't know that.
Here's the thing, right? It's almost like you're watching, and correct me if I'm wrong, Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know what I'm thinking? Maybe you know how like the old toy guns, they'd have an orange tip on it, so it
Yes.
tells cops that they're not real.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's why they had to do that. I just thought of that right now because that could be a real damn person.
Well,
we would never
you
know.
can take those orange things off.
I think those arms will come
I
off.
used to do it to the cops. I say, I'm not going to fool them. Let's show them. They're like, does that 3-year-old have a real weapon? My holster.
All right. Do you want to? Okay. There's a lot to dissect in this story, but I'm going to skip ahead. Would you like to see her sister? So her sister.
Oh, this
was
gets pretty
original.
dark.
She's the one that said she wanted to kill humans. So this is
Oh,
Jalapeno Poppers.
God.
This is her sister. So this is this is version 1. So she said she was going to kill humans, but it was a little bit of a they're fucking with the story because they were like, the guy was giving her an interview. He's like, do you like cupcakes? Yes, I like cupcakes. Do you want to go for a walk? Yes, I want to go for a walk. Do you want to kill humans? Yes, I want to kill humans. So he was trying to demonstrate that it could think, and it failed spectacularly.
Was that
but-
was that a boom mic that just dropped on you?
Exactly. Here's the problem with robots is that they're programmable. But then I was thinking, here's the problem with humans. They're programmable. Have you ever been to a Trump rally? You can program humans very easily. We're big, dumb animals. So the question becomes, how do we put morality? But the problem is there's no objective morality. So what the fuck do you do? I think we're back to square one.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Here's the other thing too. People are worried that she has a significant delay when you ask her questions. She has access to the entire internet, the totality of human information. There should be a fucking delay. She should think about it. You know what I mean? Because she's a smart lady. Gotta give her 2 minutes.
That's right. Give it a minute. It's going to space and back. Give it time.
Exactly.
Maybe we could ask it how to make better arms and hair.
I know it's got the whole Johnny Five approach. He even put his own arms on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. I got to be honest. I don't. Why does her shirt say dictator? Is that what it says?
It's the name of their company, Dictador.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I love that Rodney's problem is less with the computers taking over and more that it's not fuckable.
Well, I just don't
Make it
understand.
hotter.
Or
Wait,
fashionable.
The name of her company is Dictador.
It's a rum brand.
Dictador, yes. It's
It's a delivery service. You're saying?
sponsored by the Catholic Church. It's Dick the Confession Door. Here's the other
This is a
thing.
new spin on Uber. It's a new spin. It's a new one.
great
It's
idea.
rich. That's rich.
So, Brian, I see that there's you have Mjolnir on your wall, so I guess your drywall is worthy. You also have the Avengers, I think. So here's I was going to shoehorn this in.
Yeah, shoot in.
Ultron went online for 30 seconds and decided that humanity had to be eliminated, right? And it makes all the sense in the world because mankind only benefits mankind. If mankind is here, we destroy the earth. If mankind disappears, every other species flourishes, right? The trees take over, the insects, ants, bees are pollinating shit. Everyone's happy. The problem is that inevitably she's going to go online. She's going to decide, like Ultron did, that we all need to die. And we don't have the Avengers to save us. So I just think we're heading in a real dangerous direction. You think this is going to happen, Brian?
It's happening.
I know.
It's happening.
It's too late, right?
It's too late. But also, all the things that are in place, if we're not there to manage that, like all these silos of nuclear weapons or all these different energy plants, if they're not there to keep track of that, that just falls apart and decomposes and kills. You know, kind of to your point, I think it destroys the earth, even if we're here or not, because there's just so much damage that's here that needs our attention. We mess. You're human beings. We mess everything up. Then we try to fix what we messed up and we make it worse. But you know, I have to say, and people often get a little upset with me. You know, there's 8 billion people of us around the world? 7-8 billion people. Yeah, I think we're doing a goddamn good job managing all that. You don't have things like the Crusades going on anymore. All these horrible movements like Genghis Khan going through the Europe and Asia, killing everybody.
That's true.
I think we're doing a pretty damn good job considering there's a lot of us.
Now I have a question.
Yeah.
This gentleman here, Ultron, was his name?
Ultron, yeah.
Now, was that Mark Ruffalo? Who is this character?
He was
this was James Spader. So what happened is Tony Stark, Iron Man, was he's trying to do something. He's trying to invent something to protect mankind from alien threats. What happened was he plugged it into the internet. He was like, "Holy shit, humanity's disgusting. We have to kill them all," which I think is very reasonable.
James really went to town on this role, huh?
Oh,
James,
I'm a huge James Spader.
He doesn't
fan.
even look anything like James Spader.
Oh, James
humanity.
Spader is a national treasure. I would go so far as to say.
Boston.
No, I agree, but it looks like in that picture he's really embraced AI. It looks like he's become part of it.
No. Mark Ruffalo is Hulk. Get your shit together, please.
Can I be honest? I'm just asking, right? Because I don't watch these movies. Did anybody ever think to themselves, like if somebody said to me, Rodney, I know you don't know anything about movies. You're a moron, but I'm going to give you $500 billion to make this movie. Yeah. I'm just brainstorming. I would say, who should be the Hulk? What about The Rock? Is he available? Does he do these kind of movies? Can we get him on the phone?
Rodney, here's the problem. You were busy in high school getting laid. You should have read more comic books. The Hulk is a dork until he becomes the Hulk. You know what I mean? So you can only have The Rock play like the Lou Ferrigno thing. Lou Ferrigno didn't play Bruce Banner. He only played the Hulk. But now it's CGI.
Did you ever see? Hold on a second. I'm out. Did you ever see The Rock with that fanny pack on? I think he could pull it off. I mean, if you seen that picture, nobody would even bother with him. They're like, oh.
I love how much James Spader is getting love this morning. I bet
I like James Spader.
He should every day. He's the best. He's the absolute best.
Denise, the problem with the trajectory of AI is that I think, this is my opinion, even if the United States goes, listen, we can't do this shit, it's going to kill us all, somebody in Myanmar or fucking India or someone's going to come up with a machine that kills us. So we have to be the first ones to come up with Ultron.
I don't know if it's going to happen with India, though. We know they're busy with firecrackers. So
they're very busy with firecrackers. Yeah. Brian, I don't know if you tuned in yesterday, but they fucking love firecrackers.
Oh, I need to go back and watch that. No,
I'll send you.
We take our last breath on Earth, and they're like, "How did it all end?" And they're like, "Firecrackers, amazing." tell the future. Tell the other planets.
Stay away from fireworks. All right, what's next? Yes, it does have to be at a global level, but the point is, this is why I support a new world order. Like everyone's against one government, but I think we have to be, because if everyone else has different interests, we're all going to die.
Now, here's a question though. Hold on, before we get too off topic here. You say new world order. You talking about with Sting or without?
I want Hulk Hogan to lead it with Kevin Nash.
You don't want Sting?
Yeah,
the Stinger.
Oh, the Sting should be in there too.
I think he should lead it. Remember when he came out with New World Order?
Wait,
I do.
Sting, like the police Sting?
No, Sting the wrestler. We're saying we should put
wrestler. There's only one Sting, the wrestler. Is some other guy you know of?
I apologize. I'm a Superfly Jimmy Snuka fan. So.
Oh, he murdered somebody.
Oh, that's take it back. Can we edit that? Can we crop that out?
It's like anything else in life. If you're good enough at something, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Look at Michael Jackson. Look at Ray Lewis. Look at Superfly Jimmy Snuka.
Did he kill Owen Hart?
Too soon. It's only been 25 years. No, he killed his girlfriend, which naturally.
Okay.
But he couldn't stand trial.
Years ago, too, with an MMA fighter, right? Was his name Death War Machine? And they were like, I can't believe he did it. I
can't believe War Machine killed his girlfriend.
I can't believe War Machine killed his girlfriend. My God, who would have thought it?
If only there were signs. Not a single sign. All right, what else? This next story fired me up, baby. Woo, boy.
Yeah, it's still on the topic about America being the global police. So I'm sure when we talk about this, there's going to be a lot of Americans complaining about this is how our tax dollars are being spent. Okay, so Biden recently signed off an $80 million grant allowing Taiwan to purchase some U.S. military equipment. So the headlines is the U.S. is quietly arming Taiwan to the teeth. So it's a bit of a complicated story because I think the Chinese are curious to test out what would happen if they become a bit more aggressive towards their neighbors. And Taiwan would be the first line of defense. So the idea is now much more attractive because Russia invaded Ukraine, and there was little to no reaction from the West.
Correct. I think this is part of that. China's fucking around, and they're about to find out. So $80 million is not a lot. It's the price of one fighter jet. However, they have $14 billion worth of orders for military armaments. Here's the thing, though. Taiwan looks lovely, right? Looks a lot like South Korea, my hometown. Here's the problem. I know most Americans aren't good at geography. See this little tiny thing that says Taiwan? That's Taiwan. See this giant chunk of land called China? That's China. Here's the other issue. How are they going to get across that water? Oh, I don't know. Turns out they have the largest fucking navy on the planet. So this seems a little bit, I think it's just going to be like, it's a gnat, right? Like we're arming them. Just
America loves to waste money. You know that.
America loves to waste money.
We love wasting money almost as much as we do giving people freedom.
That's true.
It's a tight race.
If we find oil on Taiwan, forget about it.
They will be freedom. They will be. We'll get them sorted.
Yeah, I have to applaud the United States, though. We have figured out a way to stay in constant war without losing any soldiers, which would lose the hearts and minds of Americans. All we do now is arm other countries to fight on our behalf, which is very clever. I gotta, you know what I mean?
It's almost like an AI model. You know what I fear? This is what I always feared when everything was going on with Trump and North Korea. Is I said, Lord God, for your sake, little man, I hope they don't find any oil over there.
Yeah,
because they won't leave.
It's weird how every country that has oil needs freedom from us.
Yeah. Well, their oil are semiconductors. That's why we have to protect them. All of our chips come from there, which is why there's a huge initiative for us to manufacture chips for all electronics here in the States.
See, there you go. We're going to get chip independent and oil independent, right?
Well, Joe Biden's making them in his basement.
I've heard that.
Fritos and Lay's and Pringles, all kinds of chips.
He's dumb and old. Here's the other thing too, like to Robin's point, our taxpayer dollars here in the United States. I know you don't know this because you haven't been here. You can't criticize the government when it comes to military spending, or you'll come across as anti-patriotic, and then you're a communist or a socialist. So it's baked in. They baked
or
in
a terrorist.
Yeah. So we all have collective Stockholm syndrome. So no matter how much we spend on defense, regardless that we don't have affordable higher education, regardless of the fact that we don't have affordable healthcare, you can't criticize the army. Otherwise, you're a goddamn socialist. So here we are.
Well, they should spend equal amount for our veterans when they come home or out of service, and then that would be the answer. Because
you
know,
you're absolutely right.
22 veterans kill themselves a day. We do absolutely zero about it. So we only pretend to be patriotic when it comes to shit like this. When it comes to actually like doing something to care about the people that served, we do zero. Anyway,
that's a nice couple of things I can tell you too, Robin. A couple of things I can tell you too when you make your journey over here. You better stand up when the national anthem comes on.
That's right, baby.
I gotta learn lyrics. Yeah.
If you kneel, Robin, if you kneel, you would never play in the NFL again. So get it out of your head. If you forget, you will be blackballed.
Don't even tie your shoes. Make sure you wear slip-ons or Velcros that day.
If something's happened to your leg, don't even think about it. Let him take it. Take your leg. Fall out behind. Oh my God.
You better shed a tear and you better be white. So that's the only way you're gonna make it.
Half white, so it's a start.
That is a start. Okay, one more story. Let's do the Mr. Beast thing because this one really gets me all fired up.
Yeah. Okay, so one way or another, I think we've all heard the name Mr. Beast by now. So he's by far the most popular YouTuber. And I think he's actually quite likable because all his content is based around the idea of helping others, and he encourages his audience to do the same thing. And he also makes it fun. So there's that. So his most recent viral video was about a project to build 100 wells in different African communities. So that's 100 different African communities that now have potable water. So while he's doing the Lord's work, he's still getting a lot of backlash because the African communities are saying he's got this white savior mentality. And it's pointing out problems that the African government is a bit too corrupt and they're not handling their own problems.
Yeah. The white savior thing blows my mind. It's the same thing as all right, say my house is on fire and somebody comes up a ladder and it's a black guy and could you send a white guy up to save me? Fuck race. It's 2023. Your people don't have clean water. Your government's fucking up. If someone's going to help you, shut the fuck up and take the help. This man, listen, I didn't know anything about Mr. Beast until he was worth $1 billion. I'm 42. I'm not watching this shit on the internet, but he sounds like an amazing fucking person. Holy shit. So the 100 wells that he put in are going to give potable water to 500,000 people in Cameroon, Kenya, Somalia, Uganda, and Zimbabwe. He also provided 2,000 prosthetics for people that have prosthetics. No, he's giving them to children who've lost limbs because of fucking landmines. He also gave cataract surgery to 1,000 people. So he's giving people water, he's giving people legs, and he's giving people the ability to see. He should get zero blowback at any point. He's not a government official. He's just a guy doing nice things. You go, oh, well, he's doing it for views. Great. So it's a win-win situation. You get a leg, I get views, everyone wins. Why is this a story that has any
until he helps the deaf community? I'm not interested. I want every cent. I want him covered.
He only has 2 so far. This motherfucker. Mr. Beast hates deaf people. I can't believe it.
See how we just spun that? It's so easy to spin everything. That's the shitty thing about our world. You can spin anything.
Like the Kenyan government goes, oh, what do we need? Handouts? Yes. It's 2023. There's no water. Yes, you obviously need fucking handouts. Here's the other thing, too. They go, well, it's not enough to build wells because they need to be cleaned and they need to be kept up. Well, he's also raised $300,000 for that purpose. Yeah. He seems like a really nice guy.
Absolutely. On that
I have a mission for him. Fix the Flint water.
That's what exactly. He needs to go to Michigan. That's my only start at home, Mr. Beast. What were you going to say, Brian?
I was just going to say this hits home my whole professional career is I truly believe that clean water should be free for everything, free for everybody and accessible because that's a basic human right, basic right for life itself. So we work with companies like Charity Water. We have in our holdings, you've probably seen Free Water. It's that advertising model where there's sponsorships and messaging on bottles of water and the water is passed out for free. So the advertising model actually pays for the business model of passing out a consumer product like water.
That's genius.
So that'll fall into things like pizza and beer and all kinds of products as the brand and the company evolves. But I love what he's doing. You know, there's always going to be.
So you give away. Hold on a second. Hold on. You're blowing my mind here. You give away a free beverage and it's paid for by the people that are on the cover.
Yeah. So if it's
oh my God.
But
Write that down.
There's a business model in there where there's actually profits to help grow the company, and then 10% of it goes into like what Mr. Beast is doing in providing clean, fresh water access, digging wells, partnering with companies or organizations like Charity Water. So not only is there the business side of it, but there's also the philanthropic side of it of helping people because nobody should be hungry, thirsty, or without a home in this world. There's just too much wealth around the planet, and it's just unacceptable the way that things are happening.
It's so conceptually bizarre to me that we're dealing with AI issues, and we covered this thing where we can see black holes from 55 million light years away, and then we live on a planet where certain people don't have water.
Yeah,
like what the fuck?
No, right? Not acceptable.
But then you look at like a video image in someone's ring camera, and it's like, is that an animal?
Yeah, right.
You see closed circuit TV. You're like, what is that?
No non-blurry pictures of Bigfoot.
I know.
We can see a black hole 55 million light years away. I'm starting to think you might not exist.
What are they using? A Polaroid? 1980s Polaroid camera?
Everyone has
a kaleidoscope.
A kaleidoscope.
All right.
I'd like to see from My Cousin Vinny what is this a picture of? What's this dirt and grime on your windows?
What is happening? We live in a crazy place. All right, man. Hey, listen, it's the Brian portion of the evening, so we get to talk to you now. Well, and I'm out of booze. You want to refill before we do this? I don't want to. Or you good?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I did a heavy pour. I'm always prepared.
All right, let's talk. All right, so cheers.
Cheers.
I mean this in the nicest way possible. You were a podcast slut. You've been on 1,000 of these.
Thank you.
So I don't want to ask the normal questions, but I do want to pull something up because your story, I think this is a good baseline. Hold on, everybody talk amongst yourselves for a second.
So do you think that the Jets quarterback, do you think Aaron Rodgers is coming back?
Keep talking while I pull this up.
Painful Jets fan my whole life. Back to
you think Uncle Rico is available?
Uncle Rico. I mean, those moves in front of that Winnebago are fantastic.
If they had put him in the fourth quarter, they would have won state.
God, they could never sack him with those way he dances.
He's better than Zach Wilson.
Anyone is better except for Mac Jones. Oh my God, what happened to the Patriots? Oh, fuck me.
Rico. I gotta have.
Well, they're saying Belichick might leave now.
Here's the thing. I've said this a million times about the president, everything. You do not get better at your job in your 70s. I love Belichick. He's given me 6 rings. I worship the man. He's got to fucking go. He's too old.
What was the stat I seen? He was 85 and 94 for games that Brady didn't.
Without Tom Brady. Yeah, it almost seems like Tom Brady was the key. The greatest quarterback of all time was the key.
Bizarre. And Deflategate. You put those two together,
nothing happened. Nothing happened.
I still love my Kraft singles, so we're all good.
I wish that Kraft made cheese. He makes boxes. Okay, let's talk about. So that look at this. So you're a holding company, has a diverse portfolio. No shit. Okay, so it's media, liquor, music, apparel, sea exploration, aviation, space exploration, cryptocurrency, hemp, oil, gas, mining, TV and film, and technology. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's humbling when you pull that up.
Help me understand. I don't.
It's humbling. It's humbling to us. I don't.
Yeah, exactly. How humbling to you? You should feel very good. It's humbling to us. We're morons.
Well, when I look back, we just recently redid my site. So looking back on what I've done in my career, and I've faced every battle and hurdle you can think of, it does get emotional. My mind is just always moving forward, building and adding to what I've set out to do. And my mark on the world is to help people, not the money's. I wish I was motivated by money, things, materialistic. Most people are. That's not why I'm here. You need it for your bills. You need it to survive. But I feel like I'm definitely here for a purpose. I overcame a drunk driver. We're talking about drunk driving before. A drunk driver hit me in Nashville in 2016 head on. I shouldn't be here. And that further enhanced my mindset. Like, okay, I'm here for a fucking purpose. I'm going to just keep doing what my heart and soul tells me to do. The caveat and the trick is I've met amazing people, but I've also met some horrible, shitty people that took me off my path. They've added more challenges. They've tried to discredit me. So as you get older and wiser, you start to spot who are the good guys and girls. And that's where I'm finally at. I can sniff it out in a second. And if I sense evil or a bastard person, I just get up and leave. I don't owe them an explanation. I don't want you in my life.
Are you getting any of that sense on this show? How the three of us feel?
I apologize for Robin.
I'm feeling good. Robin, I'm getting such a Johnny Depp vibe. I don't know why. Something about the voice. There's something there. Old Edward Scissorhands style Johnny Depp. Old school.
They call him the Filipino Depp. I don't know.
They do, right?
Yeah.
I see. I knew it.
I've got.
He goes to the Viper Pit. It's like the Viper Room, but different.
with Stand By
Me. You
Me.
killed River Phoenix. Yeah. So
Eric,
so there's some bad vibes.
You are an 80s, 81 baby.
Of course.
We have these references that are so solid.
I got you. All right. So I listened to some of your stuff because you are a podcast slut. So I know that you started off in some sort of coffee place, right? And then you went into fragrance. Is that sort of am I getting this?
Yeah,
right?
my pops owned the building of an iconic coffee shop right by Monmouth University, West End, New Jersey, on the Jersey Shore. Bruce Springsteen writes about it a lot. Bob Dylan wrote lyrics about this place. So this is an establishment that's been around since the 60s. My pops owned the building. The owners that were renting it from him one day just closed up. They just left. They said, not doing it anymore. So at that time, I was 18, 19, going to college. I said, well, this place can't close. So I just took it over. That's how that wound up. I didn't build or start this establishment, but I did take it over, cleaned it up, and rocked it. That place was one of my favorite establishments ever to run in my career. The energy, people just get up and so talented, play a song, read poetry, do comedy. It was amazing. And that's what really got my love for the entertainment industry and how strong these independent artists are that are trying to make it. From there, my brother, I gave it to my brother to just take fully. He continued to run it for the last 20 years. And then I went into the beauty industry and started a beauty company with retail stores. I built the first e-commerce platform for beauty, launched over 1,200 brands. Good timing, taught myself to code, was Amazon.com's first beauty luxe retailer. I was Jet.com's first retailer. I launched Google Wallet, even though it was a huge failure. I was the first to launch that. So I got this little Italian kid from the Jersey Shore working with these amazing companies and tech and brands. And it was great. But why I have so much that I've built today was during that journey in the beauty company, I made so many people so wealthy through my reach, my distribution, my brain. I helped make billion-dollar brands that were sold to LVMH. They were sold to Estee Lauder. They were sold to L'Oreal, Revlon, the big boys. And when that happened, I had no equity in the brand because I was a distributor. I helped put the messaging and branding. I was doing the inventory, selling to retail, selling e-tail, selling to our wholesale salon accounts. But also what was worse was I also lost the distribution because those other companies have their own distribution. So for so long, my mind was like, well, there's always a new beauty brand coming up. This pipeline is endless. I don't care if they lost that brand, but I'll got another one in the feeder. Then one day I said, this is ridiculous. These brands were selling for billions of dollars, $500 million. And I had no connection to the upside. So that's when I said, F this. I need to own as much as I possibly can. I can't be used anymore. I want to own the pie. Yeah. That's when I said, okay, well, if we launch tons of brands for the music industry, I'll launch a band like an idiot. Went into the music industry knowing nothing. But we did great. We launched an iconic Partridge Family, modern day Partridge Family style band. They were a Macy's iHeart Top Rising Star year one because my mind's a marketer. I know how to market something. As long as the product's good, I can get traction. And then I said, well, I'm not going to partner with a merchandising company. I'm going to own and launch an apparel brand. And then the dominoes just kept falling. I said, well, I'm not going to license tech. I'll build the freaking tech, which is something a nut says because that's a lot to do. That takes a lot of capital. That's a lot of learning in all these different industries. But that's what I set out to do. And now, finally, 23 years later, I love what I do. I believe true freedom is saying no and have choices, which I do. I'm honored that I don't have to work with certain people that I don't want to work with. Mm-hmm. I'm sitting in a room and some egotistical maniac's flashing his watch, talking about his fancy vacation, showing me his $1 million girlfriends. I'm like, that's noise. I don't want you in my life. So see you later. And yeah, we have great people, great management, great holdings, and I'm just going to continue to scale this thing because I know it's something special. And then in late August, kind of my life's work coming together, I took over a public company, ticker symbols DLMI, and I'm creating an old school GE conglomerate, pretty much mirroring what I've done in my private career, all these industry agnostic subsidiaries, all helping each other grow. But the fun part is connecting what I believe is the future of securities, and those are digital securities. So when people hear crypto or they hear things like NFTs, they hear digital assets, the majority of the wealth of the world, they don't believe in it, they don't trust it, they don't know how to access it, they're intimidated by it, but they know how to buy a stock. And if they want to be in that world, in that market, and see what we're doing and the icons of advisors that are supporting me, well, they'll go on their Charles Schwab account, they'll call their broker, they'll buy our stock, and now they're in that world without having to get a digital wallet, without having to go through those hurdles or those friction points. So it's amazing. I used to sell nail polish. Now I'm selling digital securities in a regulated environment. It's pretty amazing.
You've come a long way. So can I just boy, there's a lot. I have more questions, but I want to go back to Robin for a second, only because you helped Kim Kardashian launch her shut up.
Oh, this time to me. Okay, go on.
So
we gotta go to Robin.
Yeah. You helped Kim Kardashian launch a perfume line, Jessica Simpson too, right?
We were the first to launch their perfume brands. We sold so much of them. Chloe and Lamar's, Taylor Swift's, very close with her management. I think that was one of our top selling items was her first perfume collection. Wow. Loved working with Jessica Simpson and Ken Pace for their Hair You Wear hairdo extension brand. The list goes on, and these are icons, absolute icons. But these people work hard. All these celebrities that have these brand extensions, that's what makes them wealthy. That's what made Rihanna a $1 billion brand when she launched.
I know, that's crazy, right?
But it's the power of their talent, right, and their music or celebrity or actors or actresses to having that audience. But what makes them wealth? George Clooney, he wouldn't be that monster powerhouse if he didn't have $1 billion exit with his Casamigos tequila. Ryan Reynolds, same thing. The two worlds fit very well, but the crappy part is a lot of the time management doesn't have the right product brand strategy behind a celebrity. A lot of times people think they just slap some name on a box and it's going to sell because they have an actor and actress attached to it. It doesn't work that way. There has to be a connection to the audience or the consumer, and it has to make sense. There has to be some sort of quality and add value. So that's why you don't see so many of them become successful, because it's just poor management, poor execution.
Well, what does Kim Kardashian's perfume smell like? Ray J's balls? I'm just kidding.
I never smelled his balls, so I'm not sure, but I would.
There's no control. All right. The reason I ask is that Robin's trying to launch a perfume line.
Robin number 5.
This is Robin number 5.
I love it. I love it.
We're trying to get it off. Robin's ripped, huh? So do you think maybe we can help? Yeah, I know that you said you don't get a good feeling about him, but he is the Asian Johnny Depp. So
no, I'm all in. I will back that. Just got to get the C's off the neck of the bottle because they'll see.
Oh, right. Sorry. Yeah.
we got to do Viper at the top.
Viper.
Oh yeah. Or what is the one from Anchorman?
Another
good
come
one.
on.
I've been drinking all morning.
Sex Panther.
That's what it is. I know there was a panther.
Works 60% of the time, 100% of the
time. No one's quoted Anchorman yet on the show.
Do you guys have go-to perfumes? I just wanted to ask randomly.
I didn't hear you, Robin. One more time.
Do you guys have any go-to perfumes?
Oh, for me?
Is this for the room?
For the room?
Ooh. Like a cologne.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Rodney. What do you
use? Fragrance.
A fragrance. What do you use, Rodney?
Well, it depends. Sometimes I like the old school Dolce & Gabbana.
Yep.
And then other times I like I think it's Aventus by Creed, and then the other times I like that's good. I think I forgot who got it for me, but it's Henry Rose something, Wind and Fog or something like that. It smells good. I like that one.
Yeah. What about you, Brian?
Delish. I'm an old school Jean-Paul Gaultier kind of guy.
Nice. Very nice.
I just wish it wasn't in that David's body.
Yeah, I can't win them all.
It's like a hold of the guy's.
Remember when it used to come in the can and it came out and it was like, what the fuck is going on here? Right?
Or Roberto
Robin,
Cavalli. I do like an old school Roberto Cavalli that's discontinued. I still have it from '98. I like just a little. Just a little spray.
Goes a long way. Robin, I go with menthol Newports and a little weeded bourbon. That's my general aroma.
Basil Hayden Weller.
Basil Hayden Weller. God damn, that smells good.
That's right. I smell dangerous, like I might commit a felony.
You're dangerous.
Yeah. What about you, Robin? What do you smell like?
Oh no, I was just asking because I wanted to brainstorm some thoughts about what this should smell like. I think I want to I want you to think when you smell this that it stinks, but why am I attracted to this?
Yeah.
I want
A
that
little
kind of smell.
nuance,
No,
a
that's
little
good.
subtlety.
musky
I like
smell.
That's
that.
good. I like the
Ooh.
background because you're thinking maybe it's hot peppers, maybe it's
Who knows?
fish sticks. I don't know.
You're
Could be
like, does this
peaches,
smell
could be
good,
lunch meat.
or did
Maybe it's-
someone just shit? Right? That's what you're thinking,
Yeah.
right?
Is that gonorrhea or passion fruit? I don't know.
I don't know.
So Brian, you have this other, I mean, you've got a million fucking things, but you've got this other thing where you can invest in people. So you have this. Yes. Can you talk about that a little bit? Because I found that fascinating.
Thank you. Yeah, that's Turncoin. Turncoin, I've been part of that company since 2018. Honored to be a co-founder. The founder and CEO, Rudolf Markroff, came up with this vision to back people, have the ability to have a financial upside to supporting talent. So when I saw this, I got to speak in Dubai Investment Summit. He went first, and I'm like, fuck, I gotta follow this guy with my story. He's changing the world on opening up the ability to invest in people. And then I go up there and tell my story. But after that, I said, listen, man, I love what you're doing. There's a lot of things you need to understand in banking and regulatory and exchanges and licenses. I know all this because I've been through it. And I want to help you. So we hit it off. I joined the team. We have the full support of icons and investment from some of them, like Patrick Mahomes, Drew Brees, Von Miller, Cam Jordan,
I've heard
David
of them.
Meltzer. We have Wendell Carter Jr. from the NBA, and we announced Luke Bryan as our global music ambassador. So powerhouse icons that believe in this. And the platform's known as Virtual Stacks. You can go to stacks.app to see the platform. It works across all different devices. It's not just a mobile app. It'll work on any mobile device. We purposely made it like that so anybody with a mobile phone or any operating system can access it. And whether you are the Patrick Mahomes in the world, you issue your virtual stacks to your fan base. And it's another close proximity to having access and a relationship with that amazing celebrity or icon. So for someone like him, it's a great liquidity event. He can sell his virtual stacks or his virtual trading cards to his fan base kind of within a second. New revenues for him. There's a giant philanthropic component where a portion of all those revenues go to whatever charities that these icons wish to have. So there's that model, which is great. New revenues, new connections, new proximity to your fan base and audience. And you have the chance as that player or that celebrity performs, their audience gets bigger, they get more popular. Like a stock, their demand in that virtual trading card will go up and down. And you have a chance to actually make money holding their stock or holding their virtual trading cards. And then that converts into things like NFTs. So you can convert your virtual stacks to an NFT, which could give you free merchandise, maybe a one-on-one meeting with that icon, and all these different types of perks and rewards. So that's that. What I really love about it is spotting talent and financing people's dreams and passions. So now you have the next Patrick Mahomes. That's this rock star kid that's 14 years old throwing bombs in his high school. He can put virtual stacks up on his he can issue his own virtual stacks to his local fan base, his family, his teammates, his classmates, local community. He can say, hey, listen, back me. I'm going to be the next so and so. So now you're helping this player bring in revenues, bring in capital, help them get a car, help them get pads, new helmet, help them go for training, new equipment. And because of that, you've taken off the financial burden on them. So think of it like a GoFundMe and a person going public in the same vehicle. What would happen is it helps them build more awareness, helps them feel more confident out there. And now all those people that were supporting that player or artist or business person or musician, they're buying these virtual trading cards for pennies on the dollar. That person excels in their career. They get drafted into college. They get signed by Universal Music. They go on tour. They're playing in the Super Bowl. Now those virtual trading cards are selling for dollars, tens of dollars, hundreds of dollars. So not only do you back and support talent and identify talent, but you actually could be part of the upside of the popularity of that talent. That was a lot, but that's what we built. 5 years of work, 30-something million in private investment. And there's a security token offering of that company where people that want to invest into that company can go on INX, our regulated SEC security token exchange partner, look for our Turncoin primary offering, and invest into Turncoin and be part of that entity.
I only ask because I think people should invest in the Eric and Rodney show with Robin, because soon we're going to have a Sirius XM show. You know what I mean? And then
Absolutely. So that, yes, there's a podcast stacks, there's an influencer stack. So to your point, you can do that. You can have your fan base, your listeners actually buy your virtual stacks to help fuel your career, bring in new sponsor attention, and monetize all the great work and content that you're building.
This is the first time NFTs have made some sense for me.
I don't know if people have that kind of money. I don't know if they've got that kind of.
Not that kind of coin.
Can't invest in the Eric and Rodney show. It's too much.
I mean, we need $500 million just to get it off the ground. 500 mil.
Yeah, not $1 less. Not gonna make it.
That was funny, right? When I first started DS, right? I used to go to these things, and I was in Manhattan, and these people get up there and they would pitch this idea, right? And they would be like, they're all pre-revenue, right? And they would be like, I need $55 million for 2% equity. And I'm building a rocket ship and you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean?
Only if one person out of every day bought this, we'd have 400 million. I love that line. We just need one person of the 300 million Americans to buy this every day.
Meanwhile, right? So I'll take a quick story. You'll appreciate this. So I get a meeting with a pretty high-end VC, right? And I'm explaining what we do, my company. I'm like, oh, we're like Kayak, but for PEO. We help you compare the PEOs. And he's like, oh yeah, are you guys pre-revenue? I said, no, we're post-revenue. Yeah. And he's like, I don't even know how I could help you. I said, what are you talking about? I'm the dream.
We only invest on the hype of you maybe becoming something. It's scary.
He's like, I don't get it. Why would you need us? And I was like, well, God bless you, sir.
Thank you for your time. Do you validate?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I like about you too? So you're a very busy guy, right? You got a lot of shit going on, but you're brave enough. So here's the thing I hate about fucking LinkedIn. I mean, I hate a lot of things about LinkedIn, but sort of like the cold shower, journaling, meditation thing. You come right out and you're like, fuck yoga, fuck meditation. I don't have time for that shit. And you're wildly successful. Yeah. Finally, somebody has the balls to go like, you don't have to take a cold shower. Stop it with the meditation.
You don't get up at 5 a.m. and cold shower and then meditate while you're showering.
Dear diary, today I had a thought. Now, fuck off. And you drink. This is, oh my God. You were finally.
I found my people. So
I've said this a million times. I thought marketing was going to be like a madman. I thought I get to show up to work, have a few martinis, sleep with my secretary, come up with half a good idea. Other people execute. I get the credit. I go home and bang my wife. You drink in the morning, fuck meditation. You're involved in a million things. So you proved that it can be done.
I just want to be me.
He's Don Draper.
No bullshit. No,
I know you might be
for existing.
That's just who I am.
We met Don Draper. He's real.
Oh shit,
Draper-esque.
Thank you. Well, that's the best thing I've ever been called, so I appreciate that.
I'm a big fan.
Let's go take a flight on Pan Am later today.
All right, tell me about. So you were first. You sort of invented a Venmo-esque thing before Venmo was.
That breaks my heart.
Yeah. Oh, it breaks my heart. I know.
That's all right. It's okay. It just shows that I'm always on to something, which gives me some confidence. Yeah, that's the shitty thing about me feeling I needed to stay in Jersey Shore, building what I needed to build. And no disrespect to anybody that was part of my world then, but if I was building that in Silicon Valley and Singapore and somewhere else where I know relationships now, that thing would have just been a monster.
Well, Venmo is a monster, right?
It is.
Did it make money?
It made money, and I was
that's your first problem.
Oh damn!
You gotta not make any money.
We're not making any money here. I need your money.
That's right.
That's the problem.
I still have the tech. I'm gonna bring it back because it's still so much better than Venmo's functionality. And we had this great tongue-in-cheek way of reminding people. I immediately knew I needed some sort of marketing pitch, so I went and got the rights to Wimpy from Popeye. Because the whole tagline was, I'll gladly pay you on Tuesday for a hamburger today. And let me tell you how I got the rights to Wimpy. Ida Goldsman is one of my favorite people of my history of my career. I roll into the Hearst building in New York. No meeting, no nothing. Just like, hey, I'm going to go talk to somebody at Hearst because they own King Feature Syndicate, which owns the rights to all this IP like Popeye. Throughout the day, I'm bouncing around. I wound up in this amazing woman's office. Ida Goldsman has been with the company almost since the beginning. Wonderful, wonderful woman. And she's like, I don't know who you are, or how the hell you got in here, or how they even let you in here, but sure, take it. And she's like, I'm not even going to charge you. If you do something with it, we'll all make money. If not, she goes, I believe in you.
Oh my God.
I was like, yes, that's amazing. So what I went and did that, got the character, everything, all the branding done, and we're out marketing. One of my mistakes was I went to Chase with it because I had an inside friend that said, oh, Chase wants to see what you're doing. So I have my entire marketing campaign was everybody at a long dinner table in a restaurant. what you'll, and you can look up this commercial because Chase loved it so much they went and did it themselves with the product they rolled out. White room. I want to back out all the restaurant scene, but I want to see this table and this scene where everybody is confused and arguing over the check. That's the beauty of our product. It was an easy payments, being able to just have a friction-free experience, especially in the hospitality space where you're out to dinner, you had a great moment, great appetizers, great dinner, great company. Then it has to get hijacked and kind of shitty towards the end when the bill came. I wanted to avoid that. And I truly believe that we were teaching financial responsibility, saving relationships, and creating a way where I knew there was this micro lending world out there that nobody understood. There was billions of dollars being transacted every day and helping somebody pay the utility bill, picking up a cheeseburger at a restaurant, buying a beer, helping somebody with the rent. The list goes on. Yeah. So I did all that out of Belmar, New Jersey, like an idiot. But if I did that in a different part of the world where I had people understood the tech that I was building, I couldn't get a banking partner. That's why I had to hit the brakes on it. I was mimicking the likes of online gambling back then, where certain people just moved to Costa Rica or they moved to Acapulco because they got pushed out of the U.S., but they were making tens of millions of dollars, but it wasn't legal. So I had to hit the brakes. I said, if you remember the scene at the end of Catch Me If You Can, I was printing checks. I was actually printing checks and making payments for people through our system because there was no online mechanisms then for that. It was
that must have been so fucking frustrating.
So frustrating, but I'll tell you what, exciting times. We built amazing tech that worked. Had the first apps in the App Store for banking, but I wasn't a bank. That was the problem. I was smart enough to know if I keep doing this, I'm going to wind up in trouble, but stupid enough to try to build this in the wrong region, the wrong territory.
God damn it!
I know. Right. But it's okay because
I think you're doing all right.
I come up with an idea and I do it. That's what I love about me. And I see it through no matter how long.
The idea never matters, right? I mean, it does, but the people have a million ideas, right? Like I invented Uber probably 100 times in my mind. I'm joking. But it's all execution.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I had an idea years ago, right? To well, I mean, I don't know that I invented it, but I had an idea years ago. I was like, why don't I just put a newspaper online, right? And then I thought, I used to play video games. So I'm like, why don't they just? We're already on the internet. Just put the game. Let us buy the games on the internet. Now apparently you can do that. I don't play games anymore. But my point is that it's all in execution. That's the only thing that matters is execution.
That's the problem. The execution is so fucking hard.
So hard.
I mean, we could talk for a million hours, but what is Jesus coin? Because I was fucking crying when I saw that on your shit.
Oh my God, amazing project. I don't really get involved in these speculative ones, but I love the founder that created this. It goes by Maker Lee on Twitter, and a lot of these coins are just to help people get rich and make a lot of money. Like they don't even own any of their own coins, so that was interesting to me at first. He invested into his own coin, so he's part of the community. And I think the world needs. That's why NFTs and tokens really have a strong place in building community. And I hate the discords of the world. I don't even open that freaking app. It's disturbing. But when you had a global shutdown or a global crisis, these projects flourish because people want to feel a sense of connection. They want to feel a sense of part of something. That's key to these movements. And as a marketer and brander, I've never seen movements as strong as some of these token projects, crypto, hopefully security tokens as we evolve into regulated securities, or these NFT projects. These people believe in it. Friendships are formed, they're bonds, they travel over the world to see each other. So I think the world needs more of that. And if you tie a little bit of faith into that, which I don't care what religion you are, but I do think you need to have some faith and I do think what I like about faith is that idea of fear. I think that's so important for controlling a 7-8 billion population. The fear of, oh God, if I don't try to live a good life and try to help people, then shit, I may live eternity wherever.
I agree with you. I'm an atheist, but I believe you need fear. Like we did the candy store yesterday where a whole bunch of adults stole candy. If they believed in a God that would punish you for burning in hell forever, they wouldn't have fucking done it. So some people need that fear. I agree.
Yeah. So that's why I really took a liking to that movement there. That token's doing quite well, the community. And I like things that build organically. Everything I do, I want one customer at a time. I don't want this giant unsustainable growth. I want one customer at a time. Are we doing it correctly? Does it need to be tweaks? Are we supporting it correctly? Then we get another customer. And if you watch my talks, I say, 1 gets you 2, 2 gets you 4, 4 gets you 8, 8 gets you 16, 16 gets you 32. It starts to multiply and kick in. You just have to have patience. Everybody wants an overnight success. It's not reality. And if it is, it's not sustainable and you don't appreciate it. And I think you wind up more in harm's way when you have those lightning in a bottle moments. So if you're not ready for it, like when I built my beauty company, I wasn't ready for that growth. Yeah. I wish I was more seasoned to understand what is my true value. If I'm helping these companies launch and become billion-dollar companies, well, I'm not going to do anything unless I have my equity piece, unless I have my exit with them. And these are things you learn as you get your ass kicked in life and as you grow and you evolve. And the most important thing I've learned is you never blame anybody else for wherever you find yourself. These are your actions, your decisions, your lack of actions. You're the reason why you're in a moment, whether it's a good moment or a bad moment. It's you. You can't blame other people. You allow them to affect your life. You will, and as you grow and as you evolve again, you learn to stop allowing people to negatively affect your life. And the shitty thing is, these could be people that you love. These could be people in your family, your inner circle. There has to be moments where you look inward and say, what makes you happy? What do you want to do? Your life is so short. And if there's people that are toxic or causing you chaos or stress or anxiety, as cold as it may sound, they got to go away or they got to go in a timeout. And you need to focus on building your confidence, your strength, and have really good mental health and wellness. Otherwise, you're not living. You're torturing yourself.
I totally agree. And that's why I'm so proud of Robin for pursuing his dreams. Even though his shit smells like blueberries and syphilis, he's not going to let anybody stand in the way of success. Listen, you were amazing. We could talk for another 1,000 hours, but
Thanks,
it's an hour and they're going to cut us off.
So
I guess if you're involved in literally, and that word is overused, but literally anything, I would encourage you to. Brian is a very connected fella. Shockingly connected. He's got a lot going on. Thank you for being on. Do me a favor, stay around in the green room for 2 seconds, but yes. I got to log off because
we got to do a debrief.
Yeah, America has to go do work or some shit. I don't know. Hey, listen, we'll be back tomorrow with an actor and a writer and a fitness model.